Every successful business depends on more than a compelling idea or a strong marketing plan. It also needs an operating system that turns strategy into consistent results. Operations are the engine behind that execution. In this lecture, I'll explain why understanding operations is foundational to developing a credible business plan and how operational decisions influence strategy, profitability, and growth. We'll look at the processes, resources, and capabilities that help a business deliver value reliably, while building a foundation that can strengthen and scale over time. Today's roadmap moves from understanding operations to applying them. We'll begin by defining what operations means in a business context, then examine the core functions that create operational value. From there, we'll connect operations to the broader business strategy and look at how performance is measured through meaningful KPIs and metrics. Finally, we'll bring these ideas into the real world with case insights and practical planning takeaways. The central theme is alignment. Effective operations should support the organization's goals, not operate separately from them. Business operations are the practical engine of a company. They cover everything required to create value and deliver it to customers, from sourcing inputs through the final customer experience. In a business plan, this section explains how the company functions day to day. 3 areas are especially important: production and delivery, resource management, and process design. Together, they address what the business provides, how it uses people and assets, and how workflows remain consistent, maintain quality, and support growth as the organization scales. An operations section turns a promising idea into a plan people can realistically evaluate. Investors and stakeholders want to know not only what the business will offer, but how it will deliver that value consistently and at scale. Operations demonstrate feasibility. They clarify the people, processes, resources, and cost structures required to run the business. They also reduce uncertainty for investors and lenders, while giving the founding team a practical roadmap for execution. In short, strong operations planning connects the business model to the day-to-day work needed to make it succeed. Operations depends on 6 connected functions. Production transforms inputs into finished goods or services, while supply chain manages suppliers, purchasing, and logistics to keep work moving. Quality control establishes standards and monitors output against customer expectations. Human resources brings the right people into the organization, develops their skills, and aligns them with operational goals. Technology supports automation, tracking, and process improvement. Finally, facilities provides the physical spaces needed for efficient production. Together, these functions create the structure, coordination, and consistency that effective operations require. Operations are more than the behind-the-scenes work of running a business. They can become a powerful source of competitive advantage by helping a company deliver greater value, reduce costs, move faster, or perform more consistently than its rivals. The key point is that this advantage is engineered, not accidental. It comes from thoughtful processes, a strong operational culture, and continuous learning. Over time, that combination becomes difficult for competitors to copy because it is embedded in how the organization works every day. The operations section is the practical bridge within a business plan. Strategy defines what the business intends to achieve, while financials show the expected results. Operations explains how the organization will move from one to the other, through the people, processes, and activities required to execute the plan. Without credible operations, financial projections lose their foundation. Lenders and investors are not evaluating vision alone. They also need confidence that the team understands how to carry out the strategy and make those projected results achievable. A strong business plan turns strategy into practical operating choices. First, decide what to make internally and what to buy from specialized vendors, balancing cost, control, and flexibility. Next, choose a location and capacity level that can support projected demand without committing too early to excessive fixed assets. The technology stack should include scalable tools that connect finance, sales, and customer service. Finally, define the staffing model, including the organizational structure, essential roles, and hiring plan required to execute the operation from day one. Operational performance becomes manageable when it becomes measurable. Key performance indicators, or KPIs, show whether the plan is working and help define when corrective action is needed. The most useful measures cover both speed and efficiency. Cycle time tracks how long production or delivery takes, while capacity utilization shows how fully resources are being used. Defect rate reflects quality, and cost per unit reveals delivery efficiency. Finally, on-time delivery tests whether commitments are being met consistently. Together, these indicators create a practical view of operational health and support timely decisions. A brilliant idea and strong demand do not guarantee startup success. Operations are what allow growth to happen reliably. When a company scales too quickly, demand can outpace production and quality begins to suffer. Relying on a single supplier creates another vulnerability, because one disruption can interrupt the entire supply chain. And when processes are undefined, customers may receive inconsistent experiences. Over time, that inconsistency erodes trust and damages the brand. The broader lesson is simple. Sustainable growth requires operational capacity, resilient suppliers, and clear, repeatable processes. A strong business plan connects strategy to execution. Operations drive financials. Your processes, staffing, and technology determine whether forecasts are realistic. Design those systems before launch. Define meaningful KPIs early and use them to spot performance gaps while they're still manageable, not after they become crises.